Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And welcome to the Hinton Gym for tonight's broadcast of Woodbury Central at Hinton, live from Hinton, Iowa. So tonight's matchup is a non-conference matchup. Woodbury Central girls come in 5-3 overall, and the Hinton girls come in at 5-2 overall. Woodbury Central's coming off a 59-42 loss to West Sioux, and the Blackhawks are coming off a 64-60 loss to Remsen St. Mary's. We'll be back with starting lineups right after this. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity basketball.
This is how it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks.
Yeah.
Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You-Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. Tonight we got the Woodbury Central girls visiting the Hinton girls, and then we'll have the boys action for you after this. Tonight's starting lineups are going to look like this. For Woodbury Central, Coach Josh Wilkerson's going to send out this lineup. Number 14, Olivia Heisel, a senior, averaging 9.2 points per game. Number 22, Lillian Ofer, a senior, averaging 9.8 points a game. Number 24, Cameron Baird, a senior, averaging 17.8 points per game. Number 34, Kaylee Utesh, a junior, averaging 6.8 points a game. And number 42, Erica Kuntz, a senior, averaging 2.3 points per game. For the Hinton girls, coming in at 5-2, Coach Matt Leary is going to look like this. Number 3, Natalie Junk, the junior, averaging 6.9 points a game. Number 15, Anna Coffey, the senior, averaging 11.7 points per game. Number 21, Ashlyn Renzel, the junior, averaging 8 points a game. Number 23, Ashlyn Gavarna, the sophomore, averaging 8 points per game. And number 32, Bella Badar, the senior, averaging 11.9 points per game. Wildcats of Woodbury Central coming averaging 38.9 points a game. The Blackhawks 58.9 points a game. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Leading rebounders for each team for the Wildcats. Cameron Baird leads all rebounders with 8.5 a game, and Olivia Heisel is second with 7.7. For the Blackhawks, the leading rebounder is number 15, Anna Coffey, the senior, and Ashlyn Gavarna, the sophomore, averages 6.3 rebounds per game. So we're about to get underway. We have a national anthem coming up. We'll be back with tip-off. You're listening to the Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball action on Fuller Digital Solutions.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We believe in service. That means providing no-limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We've got the national anthem done and we're ready to get underway. Coaches are finishing up their last words and we'll be right under action here in a moment. All right, and jumping for the Blackhawks is going to be number 15, Anna Coffey. Jumping for the Wildcats will be number 24, Cameron Baird. And it looks like the Blackhawks will have possession first. Ashlyn Kavarna has the ball for the Blackhawks. Brings in the front court, gives it up to Anna Coffey. Coffey drives, cut off, and out of bounds. It'll be Woodbury Central basketball. It looks like Kaylee Utesh will inbound the ball to Lillian Ophert. Gets the ball back to Utesh. Over to Cameron Beard. Back to Ophert, stolen away by Coffey. Into the front court to Kavarna. Kavarna hits Coffey down low. Kicks it back out to Natalie Junk. Junk shot no good, rebounded by Lillian Ophert for the Wildcats. And she brings the ball across half court into Wildcat territory. All the way to the hoop. The shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Ashlyn Kavarna, who saves it from going out of bounds, but kicks it in, stolen by Woodbury Central. Now the ball is tipped away from Cameron Baird. She regains it, drives to the hoop. Loses the ball on the way in, picked up by Anna Coffey. Ahead to Ashlyn Renzel. Renzel pulls up, and she's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 14, Olivia Heisel. That'll be her first and the team's first. So Bella Badar inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Kicks it into Coffey. Coffey loses it, but it's rebounded by Junk for Blackhawks. Now Renzel drives, kicks it over to Badar. Badar's three-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Ophert. Gives it up to Heisel. Heisel's shot's no good. Rebound by Bella Badar. Badar kicks it up to Coffey. Coffey gives it to Renzel in the corner. Renzel tries to drive, she's cut off. Back out to Natalie Junk. Junk gives it to Kavarna. Kavarna top of the key, three-point shot no good. Rebounded by Ashlyn Renzel, and the putback's gonna be good. And the Blackhawks take a 2-0 lead. That foul is gonna be on Woodbury Central's number 14, Olivia Heisel, and quickly, that'll be Heisel's second personal foul, I think. And the team's second. At the line, shooting the bonus is Ashlyn Renzel. She sinks it, and the Blackhawks lead by 3. Blackhawks employing full court press now. Ball gets into the front court to Ophert. Back to Baird. Down to Ophert, down low. She was stopped by a trio of Blackhawks. She comes back to the three-point line, turns and shoots. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Anna Coffey for the Blackhawks. Kicks it head to Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna coast to coast. Her shot's going to be up and good. She's also going to draw a foul on the way to the basket. That foul is going to be on number 42, Erica Kuntz. That'll be Erica's first foul and the team's third. As checking in for the Wildcats, number 1, Maddie Lloyd. Shooting the free throw for the Blackhawks is going to be number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna. Shooting the bonus. That shot's going to be up and good. And the Blackhawks lead 6-0 on a pair of three-point plays the old-fashioned way. Baird gives the ball to Lloyd. Lloyd dribbles across half court, now passes it back to Utesh. Back to Baird. Guarded closely by Renzel. Baird drives to the hoop. And it's called for a travel. Ashlyn Renzel brings the ball into the front court for the Blackhawks. To Natalie Junk's three-point shot from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Cameron Baird for the Wildcats. Baird brings it into the front court. Drives to the hoop, stops, shoots from about 8 feet away, and that shot's going to be good. And it's 6-2 in favor of the Blackhawks. Quickly, Kavarna gets the ball to Renzel in the front court. Renzel drives. She's cut off by a couple Wildcats. Bella Badar all alone. Three-point shot is good. Baird gets it back to Ophert for the Wildcats. Tipped away by Bella Badar, and then out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Utesh will inbound the ball to Lillian Ophert for the Wildcats. Over to Kuntz. Lloyd. Over to Utesh. That shot's going to be blocked out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. So Baird inbounds the ball, gives it up to Utesh. Utesh gives it back to Baird, top of the key. Drives, pass down low to Kuntz. That shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Natalie Junk. Junk gives it up to Coffey. Coffey will bring the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Coffey drives to the hoop. Shot, no good. Rebound is going to be by Lloyd for the Wildcats. Brings the ball across half court. Now gives it up to Baird. Down low to Ophert. Ophert finds Utesh. That shot's going to be blocked out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball once again. So Baird inbounds the ball to Utesh. Gives it up to Ophert. Ophert from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Ashlyn Kavarna for the Blackhawks. She feeds Bella Badar in the front court. Badar back to Kavarna. Kavarna drives, step through, shots no good. Rebounded by Coffey. Coffey tries to put it back up, and she's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to be on number 24, Cameron Baird. That'll be her first personal and the team's fourth. So Bella Badar will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Renzel. Back to Badar. Badar's three-point shot from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Natalie Junk. She feeds Ashlyn Kavarna underneath, and Ashlyn's going to go back to the line as she's fouled. This Wildcat foul is going to be on number 24, Cameron Baird. That'll be her second personal and the team's fifth. That's going to put Kavarna at the line shooting a pair. Ashlyn comes in shooting 64% from the free throw line. First free throw for Kavarna is up and good. Second free throw for Kavarna. Also up and good, and the Blackhawks lead by 9. So the Wildcats get the ball to Baird. She brings it in the front court, and she's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be number 15, Anna Coffey. That'll be her first personal and the team's first. So Utesh will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Gets it to Ophert. And we're going to have a timeout by Wildcats as we had a player trapped in the corner. So as they take one, we'll take one with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Hey, welcome back to Hinton as we're getting ready to get back underway. Wildcats will be inbound the basketball coming out of their own timeout. Utesh looks to inbound the ball, gets it in to Kuhn. Back to Ophert in the corner. Baird cut, she gets the ball. Her shot's going to be partially blocked by Coffey and rebounded and stolen away by Coffey. Gives it to Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Back to Coffey at top of the key. Coffee drives past a couple Wildcat defenders, gives the ball to Badar. Badar, long three-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Cameron Baird for the Wildcats. Into the front court. That's going to be Utesh. Utesh misses the shot for the Wildcats. Rebound by Bella Badar, and Badar is going to draw a foul. That's going to be a foul on number 42, Erica Kuntz. That'll be her second foul and the team's 7th of the half. 6th of the half. So Badar inbounds the ball to Kavarna. Kavarna walks the ball up court. And we're back underway with about 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Down low to Natalie Junk. Junk's shot's no good. Rebounded by Olivia Heisel. Drive to the hoop by Ofer is going to be up and good for the Wildcats. Checking in for the Blackhawks is number 12, Cadence Peters, as Kavarna brings the ball into the front court for the Blackhawks. And now we're going to have a foul call on number 32, Bella Badar. That'll be a turnover, be Wildcat basketball. It's her first personal and the team's second. As Wildcats have the ball in the front court now. They get it to Maddie Lloyd. Lloyd gives it to Ofert. Feeds Cameron Baird down low. Baird's shot's going to be up and good. And she'll also draw a foul. That foul for the Blackhawks is going to be on number 3, Natalie Junk. That'll be Natalie Junk's first personal and the team's third. At the free throw line, shooting the bonus, will be Cameron Baird. Cameron comes in shooting 76% from the line. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 15, Anna Coffey. Free throw from Baird is up and good. Badar gets the ball into Kavarna, who brings the ball across half court quickly for the Blackhawks. Down low to Coffey. Coffey shot's no good, rebounded by Maddie Lloyd. Gives it back to Cameron Baird. Baird brings the ball up court now for the Wildcats. Over to Ofert. Ofert's three-point shot from the corner is good. Quickly get the ball into Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball back up court for the Blackhawks. Screen set by Peters. Kavarna now picks up her dribble, feeds Coffey down low, kicks it out to Renzel. Renzel drives to the hoop, gets there, but misses the shot. Coffey's rebound is going to be a jump ball as the ball's tied up with the Wildcat. It's going to be Woodbury Central basketball. Checking into the game is number 10, Caitlin Archer for the Wildcats. And the ball's inbounded to Baird, and she'll bring the ball in the front court for the Wildcats. Trailing by 1 now as we have about 1:30 left first quarter. Archer with the ball back to Utesh. Over to Ofert. Back out to Heisel. Heisel drives. She's going to be called for a jump ball as she was trying to pass the ball and it was partially blocked. That'll be a Blackhawk basketball. Checking back in for the Wildcats now will be number 42, Erica Kuntz. 1:09 to play first quarter. Blackhawks lead by 1. Badar inbounds the ball to Kavarna, and Kavarna walks the ball up court. Badar with the ball for the Blackhawks in the front court, gives it up to Coffey. Over to Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna's 3 from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Lloyd. Well, that's Archer, excuse me. Caitlin Archer with the rebound for the Wildcats. Gets it in the front court. Over to Ofert. Ofert gives it down to Utesh. Utesh gets it into Heisel. Heisel tries to hit someone underneath cutting, but she's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be number 15, Anna Coffey. That'll be Anna's second personal foul and the team's 4th this half. At the free throw line, shooting a pair is going to be Olivia Heisel. The senior comes in shooting 33% from free throw line. She makes the first one. Checking in for the Blackhawks now is number 34, Avery Brigade. Second free throw for Heisel is good. And the Wildcats take their first lead of the evening, 12-11. 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Kavarna into the front court. Peters cuts, passes that shot up, gives to Renzel. Renzel drives, shoots from about 8 foot away, and that's going to be good. And the Blackhawks retain the lead, 13-12. Blackhawks still playing kind of a semi-full court press. Wildcats break it, get into the front court. The pass to Archer is going to be tipped away from Ashlyn Kavarna out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Checking back in for the Wildcats is number 24, Cameron Baird. And she'll inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Out to Ophert. Back to Baird. Baird drives. Her shot's going to be up. No good. Rebound by Baird again. This time it's slapped away and rebounded by the Blackhawks, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of action. So the Blackhawks lead 13-12 after one. We'll be right back. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
So welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're just finished up the first quarter of action. Leading scorers for the Blackhawks that first quarter, Ashlyn Renzel had 5 points and Ashlyn Kavarna had 5 points as well. For the Wildcats, the leading scorer was number 24, Cameron Baird, with 5 points, and number 22, Lillian Olford, had 5 points. So 13-12 Blackhawks after one quarter. We're about to get underway in second quarter. I believe it'll be Wildcat basketball coming out of the quarter. It is, and it's going to be Kaylee Utesh inbounding the ball for the Wildcats. So here we go. And she gets the ball down low to Cameron Baird. Baird cross-court pass to Coons, a little too hot, out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball on the turnover. So Bella Badar inbound the ball for the Blackhawks, gives it up to Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna takes a little bit more time getting it up court now, but she's in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Brigade, Avery Brigade. Gives it up to Ashlyn Renzel. Renzel in the corner to Ashlyn Kavarna, three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Cameron Baird for the Wildcats. Into the front court to Coons. Coons spins, shot is up off the glass and good. And Wildcats take the lead, 14-13. Quickly the ball back into Kavarna, and Kavarna's back into the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Renzel. Renzel can't find anywhere to go, gives it up to Cadence Peters. Peters gives it back to Kavarna. Kavarna cuts around a screen, gives it up to Brigade. Brigade gives it out to Cadence Peters. Shot from three-point line, top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Cameron Baird. Baird drives, kicks it over to Utesh. Back to Archer. Now back to Baird. Baird's three-point shot from the corner, no good, in and out. Rebounded by Archer. And then pass to Baird, who gathers the ball, kicks it over to Heisel. Olivia Heisel kicks it back out to Archer. Archer's three-point shot, no good. Off Kuntz, rebounded by Baird. And the Wildcats will reset the offense. Still leading by one. Now Baird double team, gets it over to Archer. Back to Baird. Baird cross-court pass to Archer. Back to Utesh, over to Baird again. She feeds Heisel down low, back to Baird. Wildcats looking for some cutters as Heisel drives to the hoop. She's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 34, Avery Brigade. That'll be Avery's first foul and the team's fifth this half. At the free throw line, shooting a pair of free throws is number 14, Olivia Heisel for the Wildcats. Came in shooting 33% from the free throw line. Misses the first one. Checking back in the game for the Blackhawks, number 3, Natalie Junk. Second free throw by Heisel is up and good. And Wildcats extend their lead to 2 with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Kavarna brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks once again. Drives, kicks it out to Renzel. Renzel drives the baseline, cut off, and steps out of bounds as she's cut off by Archer. It'll be a turnover. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Heisel gives it into Baird. In the front court to Coons, gives it back to Baird. Tries to hit Archer down low. That's tipped away. Recovered, but it's an over and back by Archer. So it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Ashlyn Renzel will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Ashlyn Kavarna. And Kavarna brings it the rest of the way across half court. Brigade gives it up to Cadence Peters. Back to Kavarna. Kavarna looks to drive to the hoop, does so, throws up a kind of a wild shot, but she's going to be fouled. And that foul is going to be on number 32. 42. That is going to be Erica Kuntz's third personal foul this half, and the 7th on the Wildcats. Kavarna at the line shooting a pair. First one's going to be no good. Checking in for the Wildcats is number 22, Lillian Olfert. As Kuntz takes a seat with those 3 fouls. Kavarna's second free throw upcoming. And that one's good. They're going to call no shot, lane violation. So the basket's no good, and the Blackhawks remain trailing by 2. So Wildcats inbound the ball to Baird, back to Utesh. Give it to Olfert. Olfert gives it over to Heisel. Ball stolen away by Kavarna, now kicked up to Ashton Renzel. Renzel in the front court. The ball is going to be tapped away by Olfert. Out of bounds, it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Inbound the ball for the Blackhawks is number 23, Ashley Kavarna. Gets it into Avery Brigade, gives it up to Ashlyn Renzel. Back to Kavarna now. Kavarna drives the baseline. She steps out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Now Baird with the ball for the Wildcats. Passes in the front court to Archer. Archer gains the basketball and then is going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 34, Avery Brigade. That'll be Avery's second foul, I believe. And the team's 7th. Nope, 6th. Checking back in the game for the Blackhawks is number 32, Bella Badar. Cameron Baird inbounds the ball for the Wildcats. Gets it into Heisel. Heisel's going to be fouled. She'll be at the free throw line for a pair of shots. That foul is going to be on the Blackhawks. Number 34, Avery Brigade. That's going to be her 3rd personal and the team's 7th this half. So a few Blackhawks are getting in foul trouble. That first free throw is up and good for Heisel. Checking back in the game for the Blackhawks, number 15, Anna Coffey. Second free throw for Heisel is up, no good. Rebounded by Junk and Baird simultaneously. That'll be a jump ball, and that's going to be Blackhawks basketball on the alternating possession. So just under 5 minutes to go first half. Blackhawks trail by 3. Badar gives the ball to Kavarna, and Kavarna walks the ball up court. Over to Cadence Peters, back to Kavarna, feeds Coffey down low. It's going to be a foul called. That foul is going to be on number 22, Lillian Olfert. That's going to be her first personal, but the team's 8th for the Wildcats. At the line, shooting a 1-and-1 will be Anna Coffey for the Blackhawks. Anna comes in shooting 43% on the year. First free throw for Anna on the way is up, and it's good. She'll get another one. Second free throw for Coffey, no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Badar, then it's tipped away and Natalie Junk gathers it. Gives it back to Coffee, who gives it back to Kavarna. Down low to Coffee, back to Cadence Peters. 15-foot shot, no good. Rebound fought over by Bella Badar, and it looks like Heisel down there for the Wildcats. It's going to be Wildcat basketball in the alternating possession. So UTESH will inbound the ball to Baird. Pass stolen by Kavarna. Gives it up to Natalie Junk. Junk feeds Badar back to Junk. Junk shots up and good. And the Blackhawks have tied it back up on the full court press, the steal. Wildcats haven't had a ton of trouble with the full court press tonight, but that last possession they did. So Oford in the front court for the Wildcats, loses the handle, gets it back. Now she's trapped, gets it off to Heisel. Archer tries to feed Heisel down low. It's tipped away. Now back to Heisel. Heisel's shot is up, no good. Rebound by Heisel once again. Her shot's going to be up this time, good. And the foul. That foul is going to be on White, number 32, Bella Badar. That'll be Badar's second personal foul and the team's 8th this half. Free throw by Heisel is good, and the Wildcats take a 3-point lead right back. Coffee brings the ball up court, now gives it up to Kavarna for the Blackhawks. Kavarna kicks it out to Junk. Junk's 3-point shot is good. That shot hit every part of the rim, but it's going to count, and we're tied at 19. UTESH gives in the front court to Oford. Oford missed a wide open Archer. She cut to the hoop and then loses the handle on the ball, and there's going to be a jump ball called. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So thankfully for the Blackhawks, Oford did not see the open Wildcat underneath the hoop. So Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, gives it to Kavarna. Kavarna walks the ball slowly up the court this time. Gets it into Cadence Peters. Cadence feeds Anna Coffey down low, kicks it out to Natalie Junk, over to Bella Badar. Badar drives. Her shot's going to be partially blocked. There's going to be a foul called. That foul is going to be on the Wildcats. Number 24, Cameron Baird. That's going to be Cameron's 3rd personal foul. So lots of players have some foul trouble here early on. At the free throw line shooting a pair is Bella Badar. Badar comes in shooting 70% from the free throw line and knocks down the first one. Checking back in for the Wildcats is number 1, Maddie Lloyd. Badar's 2nd free throw upcoming. That's also good. UTESH gives it to Lloyd. Lloyd brings the ball in the front court. Now she loses the handle and stolen by Bella Badar for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Anna Coffey. Coffey pushes the ball to the front court for the Blackhawks. Back to Badar. Badar looks for open Blackhawk and finds Cadence Peters in the corner. Peters passes up the 3-point shot, now takes the 3-point shot, and that's going to be good. So the Blackhawks extend their lead on Cadence Peters' 3-point shot. Back in the front court. Ball is tapped away by Ashlyn Renzel. Renzel on the breakaway. Her shot's going to be up and good, and the Blackhawks further extend their lead. And with that, we're going to have a full timeout taken by the Wildcats. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity girls action.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity basketball action. Timeout here with 2:27 to go in the first half. Blackhawks lead by 7 as they've had a nice little run here. I think they're on a 10-0 run as we speak. Hence the timeout by the Wildcats. So we're about to get underway here again. It'll be Wildcat basketball. As now the teams are retaking the floor, and we're about to get back underway here. So UTESH will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Gives it into Olfert. Blackhawks continue to deploy about the 3/4 court press, not really a full court press, but they pick them up about the free throw line. Okay, that ball's going to be stolen away by Junk. She gets it to Cadence Peters, passes down low to Ashlyn Renzel, and Renzel's shot is up and good, and Renzel's leading all scorers right now with 9 points on the evening. Badar and Renzel trap Heisel that time. Heisel gets in the front court to Maddie Lloyd. Lloyd's going to be fouled on her way to the basket. That foul's going to be on Blackhawks number 23, Ashlyn Gavarna. That'll be her first personal and the team's 9th. So both teams have 9 fouls already with 2 minutes to go in the half, so they'll probably be shooting some free throws from here on out. That'll put Maddie Lloyd at the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. Comes in shooting 61% from the line. First free throw is up and good. Shot number 2 coming up from Maddie Lloyd and the Wildcats. Lloyd's second shot is no good. Rebounded by Natalie Junk. She's going to give it up to Ashlyn Gavarna, who's going to bring the ball up the court. Gavarna gives it up to Natalie Junk. Feeds Gavarna down low back to Peters. Peters gives it back to Junk for the Blackhawks. Feeds Gavarna at the free throw line. Gavarna's shot's no good. Rebounded by Olfert for the Wildcats. She loses the ball, gets it back. Gives it up to Heisel. That ball is going to be stolen away by Renzel. Renzel's shot to the other side. She's going to draw the foul. And Renzel will be at the line shooting a 2, as that foul is going to be on the Wildcats. Number 22, Lillian Olfert. That's the 10th team foul for the Wildcats, and Olfert's second. So fouls could be an issue in the second half. First free throw shot by Renzel is up and good, and she has 10 points on the evening. As the Wildcat starters have 2 fouls, 3 fouls, and 3 fouls. The only starter without a foul for the Wildcats is number 34, Kaylee Utesh. Renzel misses the second shot, rebounded by Heisel. The Blackhawks have a pair of starters with 2 fouls apiece. That shot's going to be up and good by Heisel for the Wildcats. And quickly inbounds the ball to Gavarna, and she gives it up to Badar, who brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Down low to Gavarna, kicks it out to Junk. Back to Peters in the corner, cross court to Badar. Badar looks for a cutting Gavarna, passes that up, gives it to Renzel in the corner. Back to Badar. Badar cuts to the basket. Her shot's going to be up, no good, but she's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 14, Olivia Heisel. That's going to be Heisel's 3rd personal. So Wildcats have a trio of starters with 3 fouls with 54 seconds to go first half. At the free throw line shooting a pair is Bella Badar. Badar's first shot is up and good. Badar's second free throw shot coming. That shot is up. It's missed. The ball's kicked out of bounds. I believe it's off of a Blackhawk. It'll be Wildcat basketball. So UTESH inbounds the ball to Cameron Baird. Back to UTESH. In the front, Maddie Lloyd. Lloyd's then, they're going to say foul. It'll look like a jump ball, but it'll be a foul. That foul is going to be called number 12, Cadence Peters. That's going to be Peters' first personal foul and the team's 10th. So at the line, shooting a pair of free throws will be the sophomore Maddie Lloyd for the Wildcats. Lloyd's first free throw is up and good. Checking in for the Wildcats is number 10, Caitlin Archer. Lloyd's second free throw shot coming up. And that shot is up and good as well. The Blackhawks lead by 6 as Badar inbounds the ball to Gavarna and then gets it right back. So Badar into the front court as the Blackhawks set the offense. Gives it to Junk. Junk's pass is gathered up by Gavarna. Gavarna drives the hoop. Reverse layup. It's blocked. Gets her own shot back. Gives it up to Renzel. Renzel is called for the travel as she tries to drive to the hoop. So with 29 seconds to go, Cameron Baird's going to check back in for the Wildcats. And with 29 seconds to go, there'll be Wildcat basketball. Utesh inbounds the ball. Gives it up to Ophert. Back to Baird. Baird into the front court for the Wildcats. Baird drives to the hoop. Gives it up to Heisel. Heisel's shot's no good. She's going to draw a foul. That foul's going to be on number 3, Natalie Junk. That'll be her second personal. And Heisel will be at the line shooting a pair of free throws for the Wildcats. First free throw attempt is good by Heisel. Heisel leads all scorers for the Wildcats with 8. Her second free throw is up, no good. Rebounded by Kavarna. Gives it up to Badar. Badar brings the ball in front court for the Blackhawks. 15 seconds to go in the first half. Blackhawks lead by 5. Over to Cadence Peters. Peters gives the ball back to Kavarna. Back to Badar. Her pass is going to be knocked away, and that's going to do it for the first half of action. So you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball. Looking at the leading scorers in the first half for the Blackhawks is number 21, Ashlyn Renzo with 10 points. Bella Badar adds in 6 points, and Natalie Junk has 5. For the Wildcats, leading scorer is Olivia Heisel with 8 points. And then a pair of Wildcats have 5, and number 22, Olivia Ophert, and number 24, Cameron Baird. That's going to do it for the first half action here from Hinton. We'll be back in approximately 9 minutes with the start of the second half. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Blackhawk basketball.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Tech, we believe in service. That means providing no limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
This is how it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
Hey, and welcome back to Hinton as we're getting ready for second half action here as your Blackhawks lead by 5. Once again, leading scorer for the Blackhawks first half was number 21, Ashlyn Renzel with 10 points. Leading scorer for the Wildcats is number 14, Olivia Heisel. Lots of Wildcats are in foul trouble, though, as 4 of the 5 starters have at least 2 fouls, and 3 have 3 fouls apiece for the Wildcats. For the Blackhawks, 3 starters have 2 fouls. That's Natalie Junk, Anna Coffey, and Bella Badar. So on the court for the Wildcats, it'll be number 34, Kaylee Utesh, number 22, Lillian Olfert, number 24, Cameron Baird, number 14, Olivia Heisel, and number 42, Erica Kuntz. For the Blackhawks, it's going to be Natalie Junk, number 21, Ashlyn Renzel, number 15, Anna Coffey, number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna, and number 32, Bella Badar. Heisel's shot no good for the Wildcats, rebounded by Coffey. She brings the ball up court, guarded closely by Kuntz. She's going to be called for a carry. It'll be Wildcat basketball. So Utesh will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Gets it into Heisel, feeds Baird down low. Baird spins, shots partially blocked. Rebound by Coffey. Her pass is gathered by Kavarna. Now Kavarna will bring it up court for the Blackhawks. Kavarna feeds Renzel down low. She's double teamed. Kicks it out to Junk. Junk's 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Lillian Olfert for the Wildcats, and she sprints up court with it as 2-on-2. Olfert all the way to the hoop. No foul called. Some contact, but nothing called. And the Blackhawks will bring the ball back up court with Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna looks to drive the basket. She pops, stops from about the free throw line. That shot's going to be good. Wildcats inbound the ball to Baird, who tries to dribble through the full court press. Now she passes in the front court. That's stolen by Coffey. Back to Badar. Badar drives the hoop over to Renzo. Her pass is going to be too high, off of her hands, out of bounds. So Utesh inbounds the ball once again. She'll get it into Olfert. Blackhawks still in the full court press. Utesh gives it back to Baird. Baird back to Utesh. Over to Kuntz. Still not across half court yet. Now into the front court. That's going to be to Heisel. Heisel cross court to Olfert. Olfert shot's no good. Tipped around out of bounds off of Anna Coffey, the Blackhawks. As they say, she stepped out of bounds. She was touching it. It'll be Wildcat basketball. So Cameron Baird will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Into Olfert. Olfert from way behind the three-point line. No good off the front of the rim. That's going to be rebounded by Ashlyn Renzel. And Renzel brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna finds Bella Badar. Badar drives to the hoop. Steps back. Three-point shot is up and good. And the Blackhawks extend their lead to 35-27 with under 6 minutes to play third quarter. Heisel drives to the hoop as she split a pair of Blackhawk defenders. That shot's going to be up and good. She's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to be on number 15, Anna Coffey. That's going to be Coffey's third personal foul and the team's first this half. Heisel's first free throw is up and good, and she completes the three-point play. As Kavarna brings it back down court for the Blackhawks. Back to Coffey. Coffey drives. She's cut off now by Utesh. Spin, shot's no good. That foul is going to be on number 24, Cameron Baird. It's going to be her fourth personal and the team's first this half. At the line shooting a pair of free throws, number 15, Anna Coffey. First free throw is good. Checking in for the Blackhawks, number 12, Cadence Peters. Checking in for the Wildcats is number 1, Maddie Lloyd. Anna Coffey's second free throw is up, no good. Rebounded by Coons. Into the front court to Lloyd. Gives it back to Heisel. Heisel gives it up to Coons. Coons back to Lloyd. Over to Heisel. Heisel spins, drives the lane. Her shot's going to be up and off front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Coffey. She kicks it ahead to Kavarna, who brings it in the front court for the Blackhawks. Kavarna all the way to the hoop. Her shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Lloyd for the Wildcats. Lloyd tries to get out of a triple team by the Blackhawks and is called for the travel. So it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Inbound the ball will be number 32, Bella Badar. Gets the ball into Coffey. Coffey gives it to Kavarna. Kavarna's shot from just behind the free throw line is no good. Rebounded by Heisel. Well, there's a loose ball that Heisel was going for. And that foul is going to be called number 14, Olivia Heisel. That's going to be Heisel's fourth personal foul. So the Wildcats have two starters now with 4 personal fouls early in the third quarter. Checking back in for the Wildcats is number 10, Caitlin Archer. Kavarna drives for the Blackhawks, tries to feed Anna Coffey. That ball's kicked away. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Bella Badar will inbound the ball once again for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Anna Coffey. Coffey spins, turns, drives to the hoop. Her shot is up and good. Anna's second basket of the night. That pass is going to be stolen twice. So the Wildcats end up back with it as Ophert brings in the front court. She stops, shoots the 10-footer, no good. Rebounded by Kuntz. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Archer. Gives it back to Kuntz. Kuntz's shot from the free throw line is good as it rolls around and falls in. And with that, the Blackhawks lead 38-31. Mulville wants a timeout. We'll take one with them. So you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk basketball.
We believe in service. That means providing no-limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends, and EverTech has been there when others haven't, and we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
Hey, welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. The Varsity girls game right now, 4:19 to go third quarter. Blackhawks lead by 7. Badar inbounds the ball to Kavarna. We'll have boys action coming for you up for this 20 minutes after this one's done. Kavarna gives it to Badar. Badar passes down to Coffey. Kicks it back out to Cadence Peters from the top of the key. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Ophert for the Wildcats. Ophert gives it up to Archer. Archer passes it to Maddie Lloyd. Lloyd gives it to Coons in the corner. Coons tries to drive, cut off by Cavarna. Passes back to Archer. Archer drives. She's cut off. Over to Coons. That cross-court pass is tapped away by Cadence Peters. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Archer over to Lloyd. Lloyd drives to the hoop. Her shot's going to be good, and the foul is going to be called. On number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. That's Ashlyn's first personal foul and the team's second. And with that, Coach Leary wants a timeout. We'll take one with them. So you're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity girls action.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're ready to resume play here. It'll be Maddie Lloyd at the free throw line, shooting the bonus free throw. And that shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Ashlyn Renzel for the Blackhawks. Renzel brings the ball in the front court, gets it into Coffey, kicks it back out to Badar. Badar drives the paint, throws up a shot that's no good. Maddie Lloyd rips down the rebound rather aggressively and heads up court. Lloyd the other way off the free backboard, no good. Coffey gets the rebound, feeds Badar too far, out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Both teams really trying to get that ball up and down the court, but lately it's led to a few turnovers. So Utesh inbounds the ball, gets it to Maddie Lloyd for the Wildcats. Gives it back to Ophert. Ophert turns, and she's going to be fouled by number 32, Bella Badar. That'll be Bella's third personal foul in the third this half. So Utesh inbounds the ball to Ophert once again for the Wildcats. Her cross-court pass to Maddie Lloyd was tipped, but it's gathered. Now Lloyd is trapped by a pair of Blackhawk defenders. She gets it over to Archer. Down to Kuntz. Over to Archer's three-point shot in the corner, no good. Tipped out of bounds. And they're going to say Wildcat basketball. So Ophert inbounds the ball for the Wildcats. Gets it into Archer. Back to Ophert. Ophert drives, her shot's off the mark, rebounded by Natalie Junk. She feeds Cadence Peters, brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Gives it back to Natalie Junk. Junk's three-point shot's no good, rebounded by Archer. She gives it up to Maddie Lloyd, and that ball gets away from her out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, gives it to Cadence Peters. Over to Badar at the free throw line. Her shot's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by number 42, Erica Kuntz, and then it's tied up by Peters. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. On the alternating possession, jump ball. Badar inbounds for the Blackhawks. Sit into Junk. Gives it back to Badar. Badar around a couple of screens. She's cut off by Utesh. Back out to Junk. Badar from the top of the key. Shot's no good, off the mark. Rebounded by Maddie Lloyd for the Wildcats. Now Lloyd cuts up across half court over to Ophert. Ophert gives it back to Archer. Archer's three-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Cadence Peters for the Blackhawks into the front court to Badar. Badar drives to the hoop. That shot's up and good, and the foul. So Badar at the line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. That foul is going to be on number 10, Caitlin Archer. That'll be Caitlin's first personal foul, and the team's third at the line trying to complete the three-point play will be Bella Badar. Badar now leads all scorers for the Blackhawks with 11 so far this evening. Her free throw is up and good, and Badar has 12, and the Blackhawks lead by 8. Lloyd brings it across half court for the Wildcats. That ball's kicked out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Inbound the ball will be Bella Badar. Gets the ball into Kavarna. Kavarna walks it across half court. Back to Badar. Badar to Kavarna. That ball's stolen away by Utesh. Back to Maddie Lloyd, and now there's going to be another foul call. That'll be on Bella Badar, number 32. That'll be her 4th personal. Checking back in game for the Wildcats will be number 14, Olivia Heisel, and number 24, Cameron Baird. Checking in for the Blackhawks is number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. Utesh inbounds the ball, gets it into Kuntz. Over to Olfert. She feeds Baird. Baird drives. She's guarded by Renzel, and Peters picks her up as a double team. Back to Baird. Baird gives the ball up to Kuntz. Kuntz back to Baird. Baird over to Olfert. Olfert's three-point shot is up, no good. It'll be Blackhawk basketball out of bounds. Pair of Wildcats checking back in. We have number 10, Archer, and number 1, Lloyd, check back in for the Wildcats, as they're trying to play a little offense with the 4 fouls and defense with people who don't have 4 fouls. Cadence Peters brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Back to Kavarna. Now she'll give it up to Coffey. Peters cuts across, she's not open. Gives it up to Junk. Junk gives it up to Peters. Peters drives now, gives it up to Junk down low. Her shot's no good, gets her own rebound. Second shot no good. Gets her own rebound again, the third shot. She's going to be fouled at the free throw line, shooting a pair of fouls. Will be Natalie Junk. That foul's going to be at number 10, Caitlin Archer. That's going to be Caitlin's 2nd personal foul and the team's 4th this half. First free throw for Junk is up and good. Checking back in for Wildcats is number 14, Olivia Heisel, and number 24, Cameron Baird. Both playing with 4 fouls. Junk's 2nd free throw is up, no good. Rebounded by Kavarna. Gives it up to Renzel. Renzel gives it back to Kavarna, and the Blackhawks reset. Kavarna gives it up to Junk. Tries to feed it with Coffey. Coffey turns. She's guarded. Kicks it out to Renzel. Renzel's three-point shot is up and good. And Ashlyn Renzel has 13 points for the Blackhawks. As Baird brings in the front court, and that last second shot's no good. And after 3 quarters of play, your Blackhawks lead by 12. You're watching Forward Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we get just underway in the fourth quarter here. It'll be Wildcat basketball. UTESH will inbound the ball for Wildcats. Gets it into Olfert. Olfert gives it up to Coons. Coons back to Heisel. Back to UTESH. That ball is tapped away out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Natalie Junk knocked it away. UTESH gives the ball back to Olfert. Olfert back to Heisel. Heisel over to Coons. Back to Olfert. Heisel back up to Coons, top of the key. She feeds UTESH down low. Feeds Baird. Baird spins. Triple team by the Blackhawks. Gets the shot off. She'll draw a foul. That foul is going to be on the Blackhawks. It looks like number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. That'll be Renzel's second personal foul and the team's fifth this half. At the line shooting a pair of free throws will be number 24, Cameron Baird. Baird came in as the leading scorer for the Wildcats, 17.8 points a game as she misses that first free throw. She's been held to 5 points this evening, mostly due to fouls because she's been playing with 3 and 4 fouls most of the game. Baird's second free throw shot, up and coming. That shot's going to be good. And the Wildcats are within 11. Coffey sprints up court with the ball for the Blackhawks, gives it to Cadence Peters. Peters gives it back to Kavarna. Kavarna gives it to Renzel. Renzel drives, cut off by some Wildcats. Over to Junk. Junk's three-point shot's no good, off the back of the rim and out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. So UTESH inbounds the ball once again for the Wildcats. Gets it into Baird. Baird back to UTESH. Over to Coons. Back to UTESH. Back to Coons. This time to Baird. Baird gets into the front court. Tries to pass to Heisel. It's stolen away by Coffey. Coffey's pass in the front court. Too long, out of play, intended for Natalie Junk. It'll be Wildcat basketball. UTESH inbounds the ball once again. Olfert to Baird. Back to Olfert. Olfert in the front court to Heisel. Heisel drives to the hoop. And they're going to call a charge on Olivia Heisel. That's going to be foul number 5, and that'll be the end of Olivia Heisel's evening. Checking in for the Wildcats is going to be number 1, Maddie Lloyd. As now we have some confusion about something. There we go. Now they have it confirmed that is her 5th personal foul. So Kavarna brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Over to Coffey. Cadence Peters with the ball now for the Blackhawks, looking for someone to pass to. Gives it up to Renzel. Renzel gives it back to Kavarna, just behind the free throw line. Shot no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Natalie Junk. Gives it back to Kavarna. Kavarna drives. Her shot's going to be knocked away from her by Baird and a couple other Wildcats, to be honest. In the front court to Lloyd. Lloyd's shot's going to be up and good for the Wildcats. Quickly back in. The ball goes to Kavarna. And we're going to have a timeout, Coach Leary. So the Blackhawks lead by 9 with 5:46 to go in the game. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're in a timeout here in the fourth quarter with 5:46 to go. Reminder, if you'd like to be a sponsor of Fuller Digital Solutions, email fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Always looking for more people to support Blackhawk athletics and activities. If you get a hold of them at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com, you could be a part of the broadcast. Plenty of action coming up after Christmas. I think we're back January 3rd with a doubleheader as the boys and girls will be taking on River Valley here at Hinton. And a reminder, after this one, we'll have varsity boys action as the boys will take on Woodbury Central Wildcats. So Kavarda brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Down low to Coffee. She'll draw a foul. That foul is going to be on number 42, Erica Kuntz. That's going to be Kuntz's 4th personal and the team's 6th this half. Caitlin Archer checks back in for the Wildcats. Kavarda inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Junk. Junk gives the ball to Kavarna. To Coffee. Coffee gives it up to Renzel. Renzel gives it to Cadence Peters. Peters is going to be fouled. That's going to be on his number 10, Caitlin Archer. That's going to be Archer's 3rd personal foul and the team's 7th. At the line shooting a 1-on-1 is going to be Cadence Peters. Cadence coming in the night shooting 38% from the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. Blackhawks lead by 10 now. Second free throw for Peters. Also up and good. Blackhawks extend their lead to 11 now as we have about 5 minutes to play in the game. Wildcats get the ball to Baird. Baird's ball slips out of her hand, stolen by Badar. Badar brings the ball up front court. She's going to go up, misses the shot, no foul called. One of the few times tonight there's been no foul on any kind of shot, let alone that layup. Rebounded by Baird. Baird brings it up the front court, gives it to Maddie Lloyd. Lloyd's 3-point shot is up and good. The ball gets back to Kavarna. Kavarna brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. With 4:30 to go and counting, the Blackhawks are in no hurry to get a shot off. Down low to Peters. Back out to Renzel. Renzel's 3-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Archer. And then she's tied up by a pair of Blackhawks. It'll be jump ball. So Bella Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, gives it to Anna Coffey. Coffey spins, drives to the hoop. Her shot is up and good. Lloyd inbounds the ball to Baird for the Wildcats. Baird dribbles the ball into the front court, stops at the free throw line, shoots. That shot's up and good. And with that, the Wildcats are going to take a timeout as we have 4:05 to go in the game, and it's an 8-point ball game. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching varsity girls action. Boys game coming up approximately 20 minutes after this one's over. Winner Woodbury Central timeout, and the Blackhawks lead by 8. It'll be Blackhawk basketball coming out of the timeout, and I'm sure that the Wildcats will employ some sort of full court press. So Ashlyn Renzel inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Ashlyn Kavarna. Up to Coffey. Tries to get it back to Renzel, and that's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. So Utesh will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Back to Ophert. Lloyd drives. Wow. She was fouled, took about 3 steps, and then threw it up, and they're going to count the basket. That foul is going to be on number 21, Ashlyn Renzel, her 3rd personal, with team 6th. But that was quite a few steps. Anyway, Maddie Lloyd's free throw no good, rebounded by Kavarna. Oh, sorry, by Coffey. She gives it up to Kavarna. Kavarna's guarded by Kuntz. Now passing the front court to Coffey. Coffey gives it back to Kavarna. Junk gives it back to Kavarna now. Kavarna looks to drive. Gives it up to Coffey. Ball tipped away, gathered by, well, it was gathered by, looks like Utesh, but a jump ball's called. It'll be Wildcat basketball. I think Utesh had it originally, but anyway, it's a jump ball, Wildcat basketball. Inbounds to Baird, gives it to Ophert. Now she loses the handle on the ball. Renzel strips it away from her. And the Wildcats are going to take their last timeout. So we'll take one with them. So it's 49-43, Blackhawks lead with 3:13 to go in the game. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
We believe in service. That means providing no-limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
Not. And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we have 3:13 to go in the ball game. The girls lead by 6. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Another important stat, along with the 2 players with 4 fouls for the Wildcats, is the Wildcats have no timeouts left. They had to burn their last timeout as Ophert was losing the handle on the basketball, and they needed to call it before she was trapped. Ophert trapped again now. Gets it over to Maddie Lloyd, who dribbles right through a double team. Her shot's going to be blocked, but there'll be a foul called. That foul is going to be number 15, Anna Coffey. That's going to be her 4th personal and the team's 7th. So Maddie Lloyd at the free throw line shooting a pair for the Wildcats. First free throw is up and good. Couple of players switch spots now as Lloyd has 1 free throw coming. Free throw is up. That free throw is no good. Rebounded by Coffey. Over to Bella Badar. Back to Kavarna. Guarded by Kuntz. Gets in the front court to Badar. Badar hands back off to Kavarna. Down to Renzel. Renzel drives. Kicks it out to Junk. Junk gives it back to Coffey. Over to Badar. Badar backs it back out, guarded by Baird. Badar starts to drive, now gives it to Renzel. Renzel starts to drive. That's going to be a foul called on number 23, Ashlyn Renzel, on a moving screen. That'll be Ashland's second personal foul and the team's 8th. Since it's an offensive foul, no one's shooting any free throws. And it'll be Utesh inbound the ball for the Wildcats, trailing by 5. They get into Olfert. Back to Maddie Lloyd. Lloyd gives it back to Utesh. Over to Baird. Baird drives, stops, shoots. Her shot's going to be no good. In and out, rebounded by Junk. Junk gives it back to Coffey. Now it's going to be stolen away by Lloyd. She feeds to Olfert down low. Olfert's shot's no good. Rebounded by Coffey. Kick out to Kavarna. Kavarna brings in the front court for the Blackhawks, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Leary. So with 2 minutes exactly remaining in the ballgame, 49-44, your Blackhawks lead. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, and welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As you're watching Varsity Girls action, we're in a timeout here. Rare Tuesday night football doubleheader. NFL action. Rams and Seahawks are tied at 10, and the Eagles lead Washington Redskins by 7. Of course, if you're listening to this, you're probably at home watching the game. But anyway, it's just rare to have a doubleheader on Tuesday. Thanks, COVID. So anyway, back to basketball action. Blackhawks lead by 5. 2 minutes to go exactly in your ball game here. Bella Badar inbounds the ball for Hinton. Gives it to Kavarna. Kavarna guarded by Utesh and Baird. Baird has 4 fouls, so she can't get too aggressive. Back to Badar. Back to Renzel. Renzel drives, kicks it back out to Kavarna. Kavarna is going to be fouled, I believe. Foul's going to be number 42, Erica Kuntz. That'll be her 5th personal foul. That'll bring back in Caitlin Archer for the Wildcats as Kuntz fouls out. And at the line, shooting a 1-on-1 is going to be Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna's first free throw attempt is up and good. Second free throw coming up from Kavarna. That one's no good as we have another lane violation on Kavarna. That's the second time that's been called tonight on her. So 6-point lead for the Blackhawks. Wildcats inbound the ball, get it to Baird, give it to Olfert. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd in the front court, drives to the hoop. She's gonna have the shot up, no foul called. And now we're going to have a travel called on Maddie Lloyd for the Wildcats. It'll be Blackhawk basketball with 1:24 remaining. So Ashlyn Renzo inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it to Ashlyn Kavarna, head to Coffey. Coffey gives it up to Kavarna. Kavarna drives, cut off by Baird. Now she's going to be fouled by Maddie Lloyd. That's going to be Maddie's first personal foul and the team's 9th. At the line again, shooting 1-on-1 is Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna's first free throw, good. The second free throw attempt for Kavarna coming up. That shot's also good, and Kavarna has 10 points on the evening. The Blackhawks extend their lead to 52-44. Baird brings the ball in the front court for the Wildcats, gives it up to Olfert. That shot's going to be off, rebounded by That's going to be Bella Badar. That's Bella's 5th personal foul. She fouls out of the game. So Bella will in tonight with 12 points. Checking in the game will be Cadence Peters at the line, shooting 1-1 is going to be Maddie Lloyd. Number 20, Hannah Willer, checks in for the Wildcats. Lloyd's free throw is up and good. So Maddie Lloyd has 16 points off the bench for the Wildcats. Second shot for Lloyd is up and good as well. So actually Lloyd has 17 points off the bench for the Wildcats. Ashton Kavarna inbounds the ball, tries to get it in, gets it into Kavarna. Back to Renzel. Renzel's guarded by Lloyd. Now she gets it to Kavarna. Kavarna almost loses it. Gets it into Coffey. Coffey feeds Junk. Junk shots up and good. And Coach Leary wants a timeout as your Blackhawks lead by 8 with 51 seconds to go. We'll take one with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
All right, and welcome back to Hinton as Wildcats inbound the basketball with 50 seconds and counting going. And that ball is stolen by Kavarna. And Kavarna holds, gives it back to Coffey. Coffey's going to be fouled by number 10, Caitlin Archer. That'll be Archer's 4th personal foul. So Anna Coffey at the line, shooting a pair. First free throw is up and good. That extends the Blackhawks lead to 9. If she makes this next free throw, that should do it, as the Blackhawks would be up by double digits with only 40 seconds to go. Next free throw is good, and that should about do it. Inbound to Baird. Baird tries to get up court as fast as she can for the Wildcats. Guarded closely by Renzel. Baird draws a foul. That'll be Ashland's 4th personal foul and the team's 10th, so that'll bring Cameron Baird to the line shooting 2. Probably not what the Blackhawks wanted to do, is stop the clock for the Wildcats, but they should still be all right here as long as they take care of the ball on their own end. Baird's first free throw shot is up and good. Baird's second free throw shot also good, so Baird knocks down a pair. Coffey gets the ball into Peters. Back to Coffey. Ahead to Renzel. Renzel guarded by Baird. Head to the hoop. Now guarded by Utesh. Gives it back to Kavarna. She'll be fouled by Maddie Lloyd. That'll be Maddie's 2nd personal foul, I believe. And that'll put Ashton Renzel at the line shooting a pair of free throws. First free throw up and good. And the second free throw coming up from Kavarna. Also good. So 21 seconds now. Get the ball into Ofert. Ofert comes across court to Lloyd. Lloyd drives to the hoop. Kicks it out to Baird. Baird's 3-point shot partially blocked. No good. There'll be a jump ball down low with 11 seconds to go. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Renzel inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. And now there's going to be a foul called on number 12, Cadence Peters for the Blackhawks. So that's going to be a turnover. Basketball back to the Wildcats. Still shouldn't matter. There's not enough time here, but not the call you want to see at that point. Blackhawks lead by 10, 11 seconds to go, Wildcat basketball. They get it into Baird. Baird drives to the hoop. Shots up and good. Blackhawks lead by 8, clock's running. Kavarna could literally just stop and hold it, as Renzel kind of does for a moment. And that'll be ball game. So Blackhawks are going to win that one, 58-50. Leading scorer for the Blackhawks, number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. Number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna adds 12, and number 32, Bella Badar adds 12. Off the bench for the Wildcats, number 1, Maddie Lloyd had 17 points. Cameron Baird and Olivia Heisel added 12 points apiece. That's going to do it for the girls' game. We'll be back in approximately 15 minutes for varsity boys action. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk basketball.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready for varsity boys action now coming up for you. Girls won 58-50 to move to 6-2 overall on the season. Now we got the boys game coming at you. Woodbury Central comes in with a 6-1 record for Coach Matt Jennis. His lineup's looking like this, coming off an 85-53 win over West Sioux. Number 1, Drew Klender, the sophomore, is going to have 6.7 points per game. Number 13, Carter Blyle, a senior, averaging 4.3 points a game. Number 14 is Caleb Blyle, a senior, averaging 6.9 points a game. Number 24, Aiden O'Mara, is senior, averaging 16.7 points a game. And number 32, Dallas Klunder, averages 22 points a game. He's a senior. That's rounding out the lineup for Woodbury Central, again coming in at 6-1. For Coach John Spees, the varsity boys coming in at a 4-1 record, coming off a 49-42 overtime loss to number 6 ranked Class 1A Remsen St. Mary's. So the boys look to rebound tonight. Their starting lineup's going to look like this. Number 12, Carson Pierce, the junior, averages 10.8 points a game. Number 20, Gavin Nelson, the senior, averages 26 points per game. Number 22, Caleb Holmes, the senior, averages 23.4 points a game. Number 32, Landon Lovren, the senior, averages 5 points a game. And number 34, Caden Winters, the junior, averages 3.6 points a game. The Blackhawks come in averaging 63.6 points per game, and the Wildcats come in averaging 65.9 points a game. So once again, leading scorers for Wildcats, Dallas Klunder, the senior, averages 22, and for the Blackhawks, it's Caleb Holmes, averaging 23.4 points a game. Leading rebounders for the Wildcats, number 22, Dallas Klunder, 13.4 rebounds per game. And for the Blackhawks, Trey Frank, a senior, averages 5.4 points a game, and Caden Winters, 5.8 rebounds per game. So those are your rebounding and stats leaders. We'll be right back after this message from Fuller Digital Solutions. You're watching coverage of Hinton varsity basketball.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton as we're getting ready for varsity boys action. Jumping for the Blackhawks is going to be number 32, Landon Lovren, the senior. He'll be jumping against number 1, Drew Klunder, the sophomore, for the Wildcats. So, cheers are all done. The starters have been announced, and we're ready to get this thing underway. Once again, Lovren for the Wildcats and Klunder for the Wildcats. It'll be Blackhawk basketball as Carson Pierce gathers it for the Blackhawks. He'll get it to Caleb Holmes. Over to Lovren. Lovren gets cut off. He gives it to Winters. Pass to Holmes, knocked away by Klunder, but regathered by Holmes. Now that pass is going to be stolen by Caleb Blyle. Brings in the front court, gives it to Carter Blyle. That shot's going to be in and good for Aiden O'Mara. And the Wildcats take a 2-0 lead. In the front court, Winters has the ball for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Gavin Nelson. Over to Caleb Holmes. Now Pierce with the basketball, looking for a place to go with it. Drives the lane, stops, fires it up from about 8 feet away. And that's going to be good. We're tied at 2. Carter Blyle quickly inbounds to Caleb Blyle, and the shot up again by O'Mara. Once again, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Blyle, and up and good for the Wildcats. Quickly in the front court with the ball is Caleb Holmes. Holmes drives, his shot's off the glass, no good, but he's going to draw a foul. And that foul is going to be on the Wildcats. Number 13, Carter Blyle. That'll be his first personal and the team's first. First free throw shot by Caleb Holmes, no good. Caleb has one more free throw coming. Holmes came in shooting 71% from the free throw line. Second shot is up and good. The Wildcats lead 4-3. Caleb Blyle brings in the front court for the Wildcats. Gives it up to Carter Blyle. Down to Klunder, Drew Klunder. Back to Dallas Klunder. Now to O'Mara. O'Mara's shot is no good. Rebound by Drew Klunder. He gets it back to O'Mara. O'Mara drives. And he's going to get called for a travel as he lost some footing there, it looked like. So Lovren inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks, and Carson Pierce will bring the ball into the front court. Pierce gives it to Winters. Winters cross-court pass to Carson Pierce. Pierce drives, stops. Back to Winters. Winters drives. His shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Dallas Klunder. He's going to feed O'Mara in the front court for the Wildcats. That shot's no good, but it's going to be off Gavin Nelson, out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. O'Mara will inbound it for the Wildcats. He gets it into Dallas Klunder. Klunder's shot from the free throw line's no good. Rebounded by Landon Lovren. Lovren kicks it to Holmes. Holmes brings in the front court. Holmes drives, tries to split the defenders. That's going to be a foul on number 22, Caleb Holmes. That's going to be an offensive foul. His first and the team's first. Inbounding the ball for the Wildcats is number 13, Carter Blyle. He'll give it up to Caleb Blyle. And Caleb walks the ball across half court. Back to Carter. Down to Drew Klunder. Pair of brothers on the court for the Wildcats, and O'Mara. Drew Klunder underneath the hoop. His shot's going to be no good, but he's going to draw a foul. That foul's going to be on number 20, Gavin Nelson, I think. Nope, it's going to be on 34, Caden Winters. So that'll be Caden's first personal foul and the team's second. Dallas Klunder's free throw shot is up and good. Klunder comes in shooting 54% from the free throw line. Klunder's second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Landon Lovren. He'll kick it up to Caleb Holmes. Holmes brings it across half court for the Blackhawks. Over to Gavin Nelson. Down to Holmes. Holmes' shot no good. Rebounded by Dallas Klunder. Klunder pushes the ball up court. Stolen by Carson Pierce. Pierce breaks away the other way, and his shot's going to be no good. Followed up by Caleb Holmes, and that shot is good. Caleb Blyle inbounds to Carter Blyle and brings in the front court. Now Drew Klunder drives the hoop. His shot's going to be blocked by Landon Lovren, and they're going to call a foul. That foul is going to be on number 34, Caden Winters. his second personal foul and the team's third. Drew Klunder's free throw shot is up and good. Checking in for Caden Winters is number 24, Trey Franks. If you were around for the girls' game, you know that there was probably 30-plus fouls called between two teams each half. And we're headed that pace now as early in the first quarter we have a couple players with fouls already. So Landon Lovren inbounds the ball to Carson Pierce. He'll bring it up for the Blackhawks, trailing by 2 here. First quarter of action. Pierce finds Gavin Nelson. Nelson gives it up to Lovren. Back to Pierce. Frank's shot from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Gavin Nelson. Nelson's spin around jumper's no good, and rebounded by Aiden O'Mara. Caleb Lyle's pass is stolen by Trey Franks. He gives it up to Carson Pierce. In the front court to Caleb Holmes. Holmes finds Lovren. Tries to pass the ball, and he's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to be on number 24, Aiden O'Mara. That'll be his first personal and the team's second. Lovren gets the ball from Nelson, gives it up to Caleb Holmes. Trey Franks drives, his shot's no good. Rebounded by Dallas Klunder. Gives it up to Caleb Lyle. Gives the ball to Braden Coulter, who's checked in for the Wildcats. Back to Amaro. Amaro's three-point shot in and out, no good. Rebounded by Dallas Klunder. Klunder's shot is up and good. Quickly ahead to Caleb Holmes. Holmes drives. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by, well, Klunder tips it to Dallas Klunder. Cross-court pass from Coulter to nobody. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Inbound the basketball will be Landon Lovren for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Carson Pierce. Pierce brings the ball across half court. Over to Caleb Holmes. Back to Lovren. Frank gives the ball back to Pierce. Over to Nelson. Down to Holmes down low. Holmes shot high off the glass is good. It's Caleb Holmes' first field goal of the evening. He has 3 points. Caleb Lyle brings it quickly in the front court for the Wildcats. Coulter has the ball tapped away by Caleb Holmes, and Carson Pierce on the breakaway has it stripped and draws a foul. That foul is going to be on number 14, Caleb Lyle. That'll be his first personal and the team's third. At the free throw line shooting a pair will be Carson Pierce. Pierce comes in shooting 83% from the line. First free throw is up and good. Checking in for the Wildcats is number 23, Wyatt O'Fur. And Pierce sinks a pair, and the Blackhawks tie back up at 9. Caleb Blau brings the ball in the front court for the Wildcats, gives it up to Carter Blau. The corner to O'Fur. Gives it up to Klunder. Dallas Klunder's shot was blocked. Coulter gets the rebound, and Caleb Blau's three-point shot is good. Around 2 minutes to go first quarter. Caleb Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Gavin Nelson. Nelson gives it to Frank. Frank passes up the three-point shot, gives it back to Caleb Holmes. Holmes stops, three-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Dallas Klunder for the Wildcats. And there'll be a loose ball foul on Carson Pierce. That'll be Carson's first personal foul and the team's fourth this half. And Caleb Blau will bring the ball in the front court for the Wildcats. Coulter over to Ofert. That foul is going to be on number 22, Caleb Holmes. That'll be Caleb's second personal foul. Checking into the game will be number 14, Carter Warden for the Blackhawks. Caleb gives it to Carter. Back to Braden Coulter. Now to Dallas Klunder, drives in. His shot's going to be up and good, and the foul is going to be on number 12, Carson Pierce. That'll be Carson's second personal foul and the team's sixth. That'll put Klunder at the line shooting a bonus free throw. Free throw off the front of the iron is grabbed and then off his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Leverin kind of reached back for the ball, but it slipped out of his hands and out of bounds. Caleb Blau inbounds the ball for the Wildcats. Now over to Braden Coulter. Over to Ofert. Ofert's shot is off the front of the rim, rebounded by Carter Warden. Carson Pierce brings the ball in the front court, gives it up to Gavin Nelson. Nelson feeds Frank down low. Frank's shot is up and good. Caleb Blau once again brings the ball back up court for the Wildcats. Over to Coulter. Coulter brings it back to Carter Blau. Klunder's shot from the free throw line is good. Klunder has 7 points the first quarter here. He is the leading scorer for the Wildcats at around 22 points a game. Frank with the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks resets the offense as they look to play for the last shot of the half, first quarter. Frank gives it up to Pierce. Pierce off the screen drives. Shot is up and foul. That's going to be a foul called by, it'll be on the Wildcats. I think it's Dallas Klunder, we'll see. 32, Dallas Klunder. That'll be his first personal and the team's fourth. That'll put Carson Pierce at the line shooting a pair. Pierce's first free throw up and good. As O'Mara checks back in for the Wildcats, as does Drew Klunder. So Pierce makes both free throws. Full court pass from Blyle to Klunder. Shot's no good. And at the end of one period, it's 16-13. Wildcats lead the Blackhawks. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
We believe in service. That means providing no-limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Welcome back as we're just underway. Second quarter. Wildcats have the basketball. Braden Coulter with it. Gives it back up to Carter Blyle. Feeds Clunder. Back to Coulter. Coulter drives. Cross-court pass to O'Mara. O'Mara cut off baseline by Caden Winters. Feeds Dallas Clunder underneath. There'll be a foul called before the shot. That foul is going to be on number 32, Landon Lovren. That's going to be Landon's first personal and the team's 7th. That'll put Clunder at the line shooting a one-on-one. First shot is no good. Rebounded by Caden Winters for the Blackhawks. Winters gives up to Lovren. Lovren drives. His shot's off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dallas Clunder. Clunder gives it up to Caleb Blyle. That shot by Clunder is up and good. Lovren in the front court for the Blackhawks. Have a travel call. That'll be Wildcat basketball. O'Mara brings the ball in the front court. Carter Blyle. Braden Coulter. Back to O'Mara. Back to Blyle. Drew Clunder. Back to Carter Blyle. Spins. His shot goes out of bounds, but they say it was partially blocked. It'll be Wildcat basketball. O'Mara inbounds to Clunder. Clunder's shot is blocked. Carson Pierce with the rebound. Straight ahead, that ball is stolen away. Kicked by Drew Clunder and gathered by Caleb Blyle. Now Blyle's pass is going to be stolen by Gavin Nelson, as we had a loose child on the court. So now the ball will be inbounded by Gavin Nelson. Give it up to Caleb Holmes. To Caden Winters. Down low to Holmes. Lovren gives it up to Winters. Winters pass to Holmes. Holmes spins. His shot is up and good. The Blackhawks are back within 3 here. As O'Mara brings in the front court for the Wildcats, he'll give it up to Carter Blyle. Back to Coulter. Over to Dallas Clunder. Back to O'Mara. O'Mara's three-point shot is good. And just like that, the Wildcats extend their lead to 6. Blackhawks have the ball in the front court now with Nelson. Over to Winters. Winters drives. Kicks it out to Gavin Nelson. No, that's Caleb Holmes. Holmes' three-point shot is good. And the Blackhawks back within 3. O'Mara brings in the front court for the Wildcats. Over to Carter Blyle. Gives it to Coulter. Drew Clunder. Back to O'Mara. O'Mara's shot's long. Rebounded by Frank. Frank gives it up to Lovren. Lovren brings in the front court. Gives it to Caleb Holmes. Holmes the baseline feeds Winters. Winters' shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Nelson. Nelson drives. His shot is up and good. And the Blackhawks are within 1. Coulter gives the ball into O'Mara. O'Mara slows things down a little bit and walks the ball across half court. O'Mara gives it up to Carter Blyle. Back to Coulter. And Wildcats are going to take a timeout. With that timeout, with the Blackhawks trailing 21-20, we'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors. You're watching Fully Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Basketball.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. Tonight, Hinton boys taking on Woodbury Central Wildcats. The Hinton girls won the girls matchup earlier tonight, 58-50. The Blackhawks are trying to complete the sweep tonight with the boys, but they trail by 1 right now. Just under 5 minutes to go first half. Caleb Blau with the ball. Now gives it up to Drew Klunder. That ball's kicked. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Omar will inbound the ball for the Wildcats. Gets it into Drew Klunder. Gives it up to Caleb Blau. Over to O'Mara. Wildcats basketball once again. This time Drew Klunder will inbound the ball. Gets it into Carter Blau, over to Caleb Blau. Blau gives it up to O'Mara. Back to Carter Blau. Over to O'Mara again. O'Mara's cross-court pass to Carter Blau. Shot's no good, rebounded by Lovren. Lovren feeds Caleb Holmes in the front court. His shot is up and good. Caleb Holmes has 12 points in the first half for the Blackhawks. And that leads all scores. Carter Blau feeds Dallas Klunder. Klunder had the ball knocked away, but there's a foul called. That foul is going to be called on number 20, Gavin Nelson. That'll be his first personal and the team's 8th. That'll put Dallas Klunder at the line, shooting a 1-on-1 situation. First free throw, no good. The second free throw by Klunder. That one's good. And we're tied at 22. Caleb Holmes brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Cross-court pass to Gavin Nelson. Three-point shot is up and good. Haven't seen as many of the three-point shots out of Gavin this year, but he's certainly capable. Last year he, I think, averaged around 9 points a game on generally a couple three-pointers. Klunder's shot from just inside the free throw line is no good. Rebounded by Caden Winters. Winters gives the ball to Nelson. In the front court to Frank. Frank backs back away now. Guarded by Dallas Klunder. Gets the ball into Nelson. Nelson over to Lovren. Cross-court pass to Winters. Lovren's three-point shot, no good. That was Gavin Nelson, actually. His shot was a little long, but that's going to be a turnover as Drew Klunder's pass is a bit long for one of the Blau boys. I couldn't see the number down there, but it's out of bounds. Carson Pierce will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks, leading by 3 now. 2:50 to go first half. Gives it to Caleb Holmes. Holmes feeds Trey Frank. Back to Holmes. Holmes' shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Carter Blau. Gives up to Caleb Blau. Three-point shot by O'Mara, no good. Rebounded by Frank. Frank kicks it ahead to Caleb Holmes. Holmes in the front court, shoots a three-pointer. That shot's no good, off the rim. Rebounded by Caleb Blau. Caleb Blau walks the ball in the front court. Gives the ball to O'Mara. over to Caleb Blau. O'Mara drives, kicks it. That pass is tipped away, regathered by Drew Klunder. And now there's going to be a foul on the floor. That foul is going to be on number 32, Landon Lovren. It'll be his second personal and the team's 9th. So Drew Klunder at the line, 1-1. First free throw is good. Second free throw attempt by Klunder is also good. And we'll have a timeout by Coach Spies. We'll take one with them. So you're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawks varsity basketball. Blackhawks lead 25-24. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
So we're back from timeout. 1:51 to go first half. Blackhawks lead by 1. Landon Lovren's going to inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Get to Carson Pierce. He'll walk the ball across half court. He'll get in the front court to Gavin Nelson. Gives it to Caleb Holmes. We got a foul called away from the basketball. That's going to be on the Wildcats, I believe. That foul is going to be on number 32, Dallas Klunder. His second personal foul and the team's 5th. So Nelson inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Caleb Holmes. Carson Pierce. Down to Lovren. Lovren feeds Frank underneath. Frank's shot is up and good. Caleb Blau brings the ball in the front court for the Wildcats. For Drew Klunder. Back to Carter Blau. Back to Caleb Blau. Back to O'Mara. O'Mara drives, stops, kicks it out to Carter Blau. Drew Klunder drives, his shot's up and good. Now 1 minute to go first half. Trey Frank's three-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Carson Pierce. He goes back up and he's fouled. That foul's going to be number 14, Caleb Blau. So up at Carson Pierce at the line, shooting 2. Carson's first free throw is up and good. Checking back in the game for the Blackhawks, number 14, Carter Warden. And for the Wildcats, number 11, Braden Coulter. Also for the Blackhawks, number 50, I believe that's Carter Allen. Carson Pierce's second free throw is good. The Blackhawks lead by 3 with 53 seconds and counting first half. Caleb Blau brings it over to O'Mara. O'Mara back to Coulter. Back to Caleb Blau. Drew Klunder gives it to Dallas Klunder. Klunder's shot is up and good. And it's a 1-point game. Frank gives the ball back to Pierce, and Pierce brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Carter Allen now with the ball, back to Frank. Back to Pierce. To Nelson. Back to Frank. Now the Blackhawks will spread out and reset for one last shot. Nelson has the ball, gives it to Frank. 5 seconds to go first half. Carson Pierce drives. His shot is going to be up and no good. And that's the way the first half's going to end. The Blackhawks lead 29-28. Leading scorer for the Wildcats in the first half is number 32, Dallas Clunder. He has 12 points. And leading score for the Blackhawks first half, no surprise, Caleb Holmes has 12. Carson Pierce has chipped in 8. That's going to do it for the first half here from Hinton. We'll be back in approximately 9 minutes with the second half. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions production of Hinton Varsity Basketball.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
We believe in service. That means providing no limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa for second half action here. About 40 seconds to go before we get started in the second half. Blackhawks lead 29-28 over the Woodbury Central Wildcats. Looking for the sweep tonight as the varsity girls won 58-50 in earlier action. Reminder, this is our last broadcast until the holiday break. We return, I believe, January 3rd. The Blackhawks will be hosting a pair of games, boy-girl doubleheader versus River Valley. So right here, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll be notified every time they go live. Leading scorers for the Wildcats in the first half, number 32, Dallas Klunder. For the Blackhawks, number 22, Caleb Holmes. On the court for the Wildcats is going to be Carter Blisle, Caleb Blisle, Aiden O'Mara, Dallas Klunder, and Drew Klunder, the same as the start of the game. For the Blackhawks, it'll be number 12, Carson Pierce, number 20, Gavin Nelson, 22, Caleb Holmes, 32, Landon Lovern, and 34, Caden Winters. Holmes with the ball for the Blackhawks. Winters over to Nelson. Nelson's three-point shot's long, gathered by Winters. Feeds Pierce. Pierce is going to be fouled. That foul's going to be on number 14, Caleb Blisle. That'll be his third personal foul and the team's first this half. Holmes with the ball over to Winters. Gives it to Carson Pierce. Pierce feeds Lovren. Down to Nelson. Drew Klunder picks up a loose ball. He feeds O'Mara in the front court. Back to Caleb Blisle. Over to Drew Klunder. Klunder drives. His shot was partially blocked by Caden Winters. Be a foul called. The foul's going to be called on number 20, Gavin Nelson. Drew Klunder's first free throw attempt is up, no good. Klunder's second free throw attempt is good, and we're tied at 29. Lovren gives the ball to Pierce, and Pierce will walk the ball up the court for the Blackhawks. Over to Nelson. Nelson gives it to Winters. Winters feeds Pierce down low. Pierce spins back to Winters. Winters drives. His shot's going to be up and good. The Blackhawks retake the lead, 31-29. O'Mara into the front court quickly for the Wildcats. His shot is going to be up, no good. Rebounded by Carson Pierce. He brings the ball in the front court for Hinton. Caleb Holmes with the ball. He drives. He's going to be a foul. I believe that's on number 13, Carter Blisle. We'll see what they call. Yep, that's going to be on 13, Carter Blisle. That'll be his second personal and the team's second this half. Lovren feeds Winters down low. Winters has back-to-back baskets for the Blackhawks. Drew Klunder feeds Caleb Blisle in the front court to O'Mara. O'Mara's three-point shot from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Winters. Winters gives the ball to Carson Pierce. Pierce feeds Winters in the paint. Back to Pierce. Down to Love. Nope, that's Nelson. Nelson tries to feed Carson Pierce, but Pierce cut the other way, and the ball goes out of bounds. Checking back in for the Wildcats is number 11, Braden Coulter. as Caleb Blau brings the ball slowly up the court for the Wildcats. Over to Dallas Klunder. Shoots from just inside the free throw line. That's good. Klunder has 14. The Wildcats are within 2. Holmes quickly in the front court for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Winters. Winters drives. That shot's going to be up and good. And Winters has 6 points this half. Caleb Blau brings the ball, gives it to Carter Blau. Tries to feed Klunder down low. That ball's stolen away. The pass to Loveren's off his hand and picked up by Drew Klunder. Carter Blau gives it to Caleb Blau. Over to Coulter. Back to Dallas Klunder. And that shot's up and good. Carson Pierce walks the ball back up court for the Hinton. Gives it to Gavin Nelson, feeds Caleb Holmes. Holmes drives the hoop, he's cut off. Gives to Nelson, Nelson drives the hoop, his shot's up and good. It's good to see Gavin Nelson chipping in some points tonight. Certainly capable. Dallas Klunder with the ball. Over to Carter Blau. Blau's shot's no good. Rebound by Lovren for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Carson Pierce. Pierce slows things down a little bit. Walks into the front court. Winters cross court pass to Lovren. Lovren back to Winters. Over to Nelson. And back to Lovren. Back to Pierce. Pierce gives it to Holmes. Holmes stops, turns from the free throw line, no good. Rebound by Caleb Blau. Over to Carter Blau. Drew Klunder drives. His shot's going to be blocked out of bounds. There's a foul called. See who that foul's on. Number 34, Caden Winters. That'll be Winters' third personal and the team's second. At the line, shooting a pair of fouls would be Drew Klunder. Makes the first free throw. Back in the game for the Wildcats are Mara, and back in the game for the Blackhawks is Trey Frank. Drew Klunder at the free throw line for his second. Free throw's good. The Blackhawks lead by 2. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Frank with the ball out front, tries to feed Holmes, dribbles, gives it to Nelson. Nelson cross-court pass to Lovren. Lovren's pass is stolen by Drew Klunder. Coulter feeds Dallas Klunder underneath. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Lovren. Kicks it out to Caleb Holmes. Holmes in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Lovren, back to Pierce. Pierce drives, kicks it back out to Nelson. Nelson feeds Holmes down low. Holmes spins, his shot is up and good. And there'll be a foul. That foul is going to be on number 1, I think. Drew Klunder. That'll be his first personal and the team's third. Caleb Holmes at the line trying to complete the three-point play. Holmes free throw up, no good, off the front of the rim, rebounded by Drew Klunder. Carter Blau gives it up to Amara. Amara drives, kicks it out. Carter Blau gives it to Drew Klunder. Drew Klunder drives, spins, gives it back to Caleb Blau. Carter Blau. That pass is stolen away by Gavin Nelson. Nelson coast to coast. His shot is up and no good, but he draws the foul. And that foul might also be on Drew Klunder. We'll see what they call. Yep, it's on Drew Klunder. That'll be his second personal foul and the team's fourth this half. At the line shooting 2 free throws is Gavin Nelson. Gavin's first free throw is good. Checking in the game for the Blackhawks, number 14, Carter Warden. Wildcats would like to have a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. Boys game, 2:27 to go, third quarter. Blackhawks lead 40-35. At the line, shooting the second of a pair of free throws is Gavin Nelson for Hinton. That free throw for Nelson is up and no good. Rebounded by Nelson, gets his own free throw. He's going to feed Landon Lovren. Lovren's shot's up and good, and the Blackhawks extend their lead to 7. Carter Blau brings the ball in the front court for the Wildcats. Gives it to Braden Coulter. Down to Dallas Klunder. Over to Carter Blau again. Now to Amara. Back to Blau. Drew Klunder. Back to Blau. Over to Amara. Amara's three-point shot from the corner is around the rim and good. And the Wildcats are back within 4. Carson Pierce walks the ball across half court for the Blackhawks. Carson Pierce's shot is up and good for Hinton. It leads back to 6. O'Mara brings the ball in the front court for the Wildcats. Over to Coulter. Over to Blau. Carter Blau. Coulter back to Carter Blau. Down to Dallas Klunder. O'Mara's three-point shot from the corner this time's no good. Rebounded by Carson Pierce. Pierce goes to the hoop. He's going to draw the foul. That foul being on number 32, Dallas Klunder. That'll be his third personal and the team's 5th. First free throw for Carson Pierce. Up and good. Second free throw upcoming for Pierce. As Caleb Blau checks back in for the Wildcats. Pierce's second free throw is also good. The Blackhawks lead by 8. Carter Blau gets it into Coulter. Pierce knocks it away from him. Coulter regathers it. Blau feeds Dallas Klunder below. He loses the ball on the way up, and they're going to call a foul. Foul's going to be on number 24, Trey Frank. It'll be his first personal and the team's 3rd. Dallas Klunder's free throw shot, first one is up and good. Second free throw shot for Clunder, also good. So Blackhawks lead by 6. Caleb Holmes brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Holmes guarded by Caleb Carter-Blyle. Over to Trey Frank. Back to Holmes. Frank sets the screen. Holmes, three-point shot from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Coulter. Head to Blyle. And that's the end of the third period. Your score, Blackhawks 46, Wildcats 40. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
We believe in service. That means providing no limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton as you're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton varsity basketball action tonight. Boys lead 46-40 as we have about 8 just start the fourth quarter. As Carter Blyle misses a layup. It's rebounded by Carson Pierce. Brings in the front court for Hinton. Gavin Nelson. He drives, kicks it back out. Caden Winters. Winters over to Carson Pierce. Pierce drives. His off-balance shot's no good. Pierce gets his own rebound. Gives to Caden Winters. Over to Trey Frank. Back to Nelson. Nelson's three-point shot is good. And Gavin Nelson has 11 points on the evening. The Blackhawks lead by 9. Carter Blyle with the ball. Over to Amara. Amara drives. Feeds Coulter. Back out to Carter Blyle. And Blyle's three-point shot is good. It's back to a 6-point game. Caleb Holmes has the ball now for Hinton. He's going to feed Gavin Nelson. Nelson gives it to Winters. Winters' three-point shot is good. And Caden Winters has 9 points. Caleb Blyle drives. His shot's no good. Rebounded by Gavin Nelson. Nelson gives it to Caleb Holmes, and he walks it across half court for the Blackhawks. Trey Frank with the ball down low, spins, his shot's no good. Dallas Klunder gets the rebound for the Wildcats. Braden Coulter over to Amara. Amara's three-point shot is good. Back to Caleb Holmes. Holmes brings the ball in the front court. Feeds Caden Winters down low. Winters drives, kicks out to Trey Frank. Frank gives it to Gavin Nelson, feeds Winters. That ball is tipped away and stolen by Dallas Klunder. Coast to coast. He's going to be called for a charge. And now Klunder's going to draw a technical foul. And I think that's going to be his 5th. So Klunder draws his 4th and 5th fouls. And the leading scorer for the Wildcats is going to have to take a seat for the rest of the night. shooting the free throws for the Blackhawks will be number 22, Caleb Holmes. Holmes' free throw is up, no good. Second free throw for Caleb Holmes. That one's good. Now it'll be Blackhawk basketball out of bounds, leading by 7. As Coach John Spees wants to take a 30-second timeout, we'll take one with him. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Hinton boys taking on the Woodbury Central Wildcats. Blackhawks lead by 7. They'll be inbound the basketball. Gavin Nelson gives it to Caleb Holmes. Gives it to Caden Winters. Back to Holmes. Holmes loses the hand on the ball. Gathered by Braden Coulter. Back to Blyle. Blyle shots out the front of the rim, but Carter gets his own rebound. He gives it over to Coulter. Coulter's three-point shot's no good. Off the front of the rim. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 32, Landon Lovren. Drew Crundle. And Drew Klunder's called with the travel. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. It's Nelson inbounds to Caleb Holmes. Caleb tries to feed Lovren down low. It's stolen away by Coulter. Coulter into the front court for the Wildcats. Over to Carter Blyle. To O'Mara. O'Mara shoots from just behind the free throw line. That shot's no good. Rebound by Trey Frank. Gives it up to Caleb Holmes. Caleb Holmes in the front court for Hinton. Now to Carson Pierce. Pierce is going to draw the foul. That's going to be a foul on number 14, Caleb Blyle. That'll be his 4th personal foul on the team's 9th. Team's 8th, I guess they already had it up there. At the line shooting 1-on-1 is Carson Pierce. Pierce's first free throw is good. Pierce's second free throw attempt, also good. Blackhawks lead by 9 with 4:40 and counting to go in the game. O'Mara drives the hoop. That shot's up and good. Quickly in the front court goes Caleb Holmes. Holmes drives. His shot is up, no good. Foul called. That foul is going to be on number 13, Carter Blyle. That'll be Carter's 3rd personal foul on the team's 9th. Puts Caleb Holmes up the line, shooting 2. First free throw by Holmes is no good, off the front of the rim. Second foul. Shot is good. Carter Blau inbounds to Caleb Blau, gives it up to Amara. Amara's three-point shot's no good, rebounded by Caden Winters. Winters gives it to Landon Lover and brings the ball across half court for the Blackhawks. Nelson fires down low to Carson Pierce. Carson Pierce is up and under, and it's good. And with that, the Woodbury Central Wildcats coach wants a timeout. It's 58-48 as we got 4:05 to go in the game. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity basketball.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as the Blackhawks lead 58-48. 4:05 to go in the game. It'll be Wildcat basketball as Coulter inbounds to Caleb Blau. Carter Blau drives and steps out of bounds on the baseline. There'll be a turnover of Blackhawk basketball. Lovern inbounds to Caleb Holmes. Carson Pierce. Pierce gets the ball from Lovren. And on the way to the basket, he's fouled. That foul is going to be on number 13, Carter Blau. That's going to be his fourth personal. That'll put Carson Pierce at the line shooting a pair. Pierce's first free throw is up and good. Second free throw for Pierce is also good. And Pierce has 18 points this evening. He leads all Hinton scorers. Caleb Blau with the ball, drives to the hoop. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Holmes. Holmes brings the ball back up across court for Hinton. Holmes drives. He's going to get a foul call. It'll be a blocking foul. That foul's going to be on number 13, Carter Blau. That's going to be number 5 for him, so Carter Blau fouls out of the game. Checking in to replace him is number 23, Wyatt Olford. At the free throw line shooting a pair is Caleb Holmes. First free throw is good. Second free throw also good. Now we have a foul called on number 14 for the Blackhawks. That's Carter Warden. Be his first personal foul. So only the fourth on the Blackhawks this half. And Coulter brings the ball in for the Wildcats. Caleb Blau brings the ball up, shoots from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Caden Winters. Gives the ball up to Caleb Holmes. Caleb Holmes walks the ball up court as the Blackhawks lead by 14 now with under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Holmes drives, spins, his shot is up, no good. Rebound by Drew Klunder. O'Mara drives to the hoop, his shot is no good. He's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to be on number 12, Carson Pierce. That'll be his third personal and the team's fifth. That'll put Aiden O'Mara at the line, shooting 2 free throws. First free throw from O'Mara is good. Second free throw from O'Mara. Also good. So the lead's 12 now for the Blackhawks as Caleb Holmes walks the ball up the court, guarded by Caleb Lyle. Ball tipped away, gathered up by O'Mara. O'Mara drives, shoots from the free throw line. That's no good, out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Blackhawks, number 20, Gavin Nelson. Gavin Nelson gives it to Carter Warden. Carter Warden dribbles through the hoop. Gives up to Carson Pierce. Pierce is fouled. Running on the way by is going to be number 14, Caleb Lyle. Checking in for the Wildcats will be number 3, Wilda Stichter. The line shooting a pair is Carson Pierce. First free throw is good. Second free throw by Carson Pierce. Also good. And now we've got a timeout by Coach John Spees as the Blackhawks lead 64-50. 2:22 to go in the ball game. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
We believe in service. That means providing no limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
This is how it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You-Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
So coming out of the Blackhawk timeout, it'll be Brandon Coulter with the ball for the Wildcats. He gives it up to O'Mara. Over to Coulter. Now to Stichter with the ball in the corner. O'Mara loses the handle, gathered by Gavin Nelson. Nelson brings the ball in the front court. Cross-court pass to Carson Pierce is knocked away by Drew Klunder. Stolen, and Klunder brings the ball back up court the other way. Over for the Wildcats, no good, but Klunder gets the rebound. His shot is up and good, and he'll draw a foul. That foul is going to be on the Blackhawks. Number 34, Caden Winters. That'll be Winters' 4th personal. The team's 6th. Klunder's bonus shot, no good. A little mix-up here as the basket was good. It should just be one basket. He missed it. I don't know what they're going to do now. So now it'll be Wildcat basketball. Free throw was missed, and they got the rebound, but everybody's kind of confused. Thought there was 2 shots. There's only 1. So 1:50 to go now. Wildcats inbound the ball, down by 12. Get it into a fart. Gives it to O'Mara. O'Mara looks to drive, does. He splits the Blackhawks. That shot's going to be up and good, and he's going to draw a foul. And that foul's going to be on number 34, Caden Winters, and that'll be Winters' 5th personal. So Caden Winters checks out of the game with 9 points tonight. And Landon Lovren checks back in for the Blackhawks. O'Mara's shot is up and good. Lovren with the basketball for Hinton. Gives it up to Carter Warden. Warder hands the ball to Caleb Holmes. Timeout called by Coach John Spees. We'll take him with him with 1:30 to go. The Blackhawks lead by 9. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As we have 1:30 to go, Blackhawks lead by 9, taking on the Woodbury Central Wildcats. Coming out of a Blackhawks timeout, as you can see on the scoreboard, the Blackhawks have 1 timeout remaining. The Wildcats have 2. Lovren passes the ball in for the Blackhawks to Caleb Holmes. Holmes drives. His shot is up and good. Holmes has 20 points on the evening. That was a loose ball picked up by Carson Pierce. He's going to be called for the travel as he So Furt inbounds the ball to O'Mara. O'Mara looks to drive, gets inside the free throw line, gives it to Drew Colt. Thunder misses the shots, rebounded by Gavin Nelson. Gives it ahead to Caleb Holmes. With 58 seconds to go, Holmes is fouled by number 11, Braden Coulter. That'll put Caleb Holmes at the line shooting a pair of free throws. Holmes' first free throw, no good. Blackhawks' second free throw coming up by Caleb Holmes. That one's good. That makes it a 12-point lead. O'Mara gets the ball in for the Wildcats, brings in the front court, pops, shoots a three-pointer. That's going to be good. Lovren gets the ball into Holmes. Holmes is fouled immediately by Wyatt O'Furt. That'll be O'Furt's first personal. That'll send Caleb Holmes back to the line for 2 free throws. Holmes' second free throw is missed. That's his first free throw, my fault. A second free throw coming up. That one's good. Extends the lead to 10. O'Mara brings the ball back in the front court, gets it over to Coulter. Back to O'Mara. O'Mara's three-point floating runner is no good. Rebounded by Landon Lovren. Up to Carson Pierce. Pierce's shot is good. And they're going to call no basket now because Lovren touched the basket before the ball went through. So that's no basket on the goaltending call. You don't see that very much in high school. And O'Mara gets the ball back for the Wildcats. And we got a turnover as O'Mara steps out of bounds. All right, so we've got a timeout by Coach Spees. We'll take him with him. 27 seconds to go. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity basketball.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As we got 27.4 seconds to go. Blackhawks lead by 10. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Blackhawks are out of timeouts now. Wildcats still have 2 timeouts, but I would think if the Blackhawks can just make 1 of 2 free throws coming up, this game's going to be over with. Gavin Nelson gets the ball in, gets it into Carson Pierce. Pierce throws it up out of bounds for Landon Lovren. So O'Mara brings the ball back quickly for Wildcats. That foul's going to be called on Gavin Nelson. So that puts O'Mara at the line shooting a free throw. Misses the front end. Ball's rebounded by Caleb Holmes. Gets the ball to Carson Pierce, but he's fouled first. That foul's going to be on number 24. That'll be O'Mara, Aiden O'Mara. That'll be his second personal foul. Caleb Holmes' first free throw is missed, but if he lives up to what he's been doing, he'll make the second one here and make it an 11-point game. Second free throw is good. O'Mara quickly with the ball in for the Wildcats. 10 seconds to go, gives it to Drew Klunder. He loses it out of bounds, 6.9 seconds to go. Blackhawks should have this in the bank, up by 11. O'Mara inbounds for the Wildcats. Stolen away by Pierce. Pierce dribbles in the front court and holds on to the ball, and that's going to do it as time expires. The Blackhawks are going to win 69-58. The Blackhawks are going to move to 5-1 on the season. Woodbury Central Wildcats dropped to 6-2. Leading scorers for the Wildcats, number 24, Aiden O'Mara, 21 points. Number 32, Dallas Klunder, had 18 points. And number 1, Drew Klunder, had 11. For the Blackhawks, leading scorers, number 22, Caleb Holmes, followed by Carson Pierce, number 12, with 20. And Gavin Nelson chipped in 11 points. That's going to do it tonight from Hinton. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. We'll be back January 3rd for a varsity doubleheader as they take on River Valley.